everybody, welcome back to yet another video. Today I thought it was a good day to work on combinations because, as you know, I was gone for a month or maybe a little bit longer. So between that time I was still working with Remi and we had started jumping a little bit, which is honestly amazing. He has just progressed so nicely. I've been keeping it really nice and simple, no higher than 2 foot. But the moment I brought him out of the barn, it literally just started pouring raining, which worried me and aggravated me because, first of all, I wasn't genuinely in the mood to deal with the rain at the moment. And I was worried about his footing, but he has a really nice footing when it comes to, running in the water, so I was like, okay, he should be fine. But then again, there's our puddles with ditches, so it would be a little bit of a different story, but I was, sure he would be okay. So we got out, and my schedule for the day was to do about half flat work and then half jumping. So I made sure I did a lot of flat work, a little more than I would normally do, and that might have been because it was raining and I wanted to walk out the rain before I started picking up the gates. But that's not something we mentioned because that's definitely not the reason I walked him a few more laps. So we kept it nice and easy. He was feeling fine. He wasn't aggravated or anything. He was just throwing his head a little bit because he's a little bothered by the rain sometimes. Like, he's good with the rain, but sometimes he has his off days and can get a little, pushy about the rain. So the rain started to clear up just a tad bit, so I decided to pick up a trot, and the rain had basically just cleared up for there, so I was really happy with that. So I just kind of, continued to trot him, just kind of going around, the arena, switching directions, just making sure he gets warmed up on both diagonals, and, just feeling good for the day. Because I know that the jumping was going to be a big thing for him, and he was going to need to make sure he was warmed up and, relaxed. So he has not really gotten aggravated in, a ride in quite a while. I'd say the only times he's gotten aggravated was whenever he saw something that he's never seen before, which doesn't happen often. Oh, and here Remi was throwing a fit about wanting to canter, which is shocking because Remi is the type of horse who just genuinely wants to run and, go as fast as he possibly can, but he kept breaking the canter, which concerned me a little bit. So after the ride, I, made sure to check up on his legs and make sure everything was okay, because that's really unusual of him to either not go for a canter immediately or break the canter. But turns out he was completely fine. He was just a little sassy. So that's really all. So once we had done about 4 laps of cantering both ways, I slowed him down to a walk and let him have a breather because we were about to start jumping. So we kind of walked around. I made sure both of us were feeling fine, just feeling nice and ready to start jumping, because this is a big day for the both of us, because ever since I got Remi, I had to, basically stop jumping. So I had to also mentally prepare myself for this too. So the jump that we were doing to warm up with was about a 6-inch jump. It was a nice small log. This is actually the first jump he ever did a while back, so I was confident with him on this one, because this is actually the only thing he's genuinely jumped before. So here, I really don't know what was into him with this. He just, guess he needed a little bit of a warm-up for that because he got a little bit stuttery going up to that jump. But here, he pulled himself together and jumped over it very nicely, so I decided to call it with that jump and move on to the little more complicated things. So first thing, I decided to bring him over a double, which really made me nervous because it's been so long since I've jumped like this, and I guess he saw the other fence and just really didn't want to even attempt it, which is completely understanding. I wasn't mad at him because if I was a horse, I'd honestly do the exact same thing if I was nervous. So once again, he stuttered a little bit, but he pushed himself over. Genuinely surprised he didn't refuse second jump, but he definitely thought about it. As you can tell, he looks a little nervous. So here he started picking up a canter, which I slowed him down because I wanted him to, not stutter up to the jumps at a trot before he cantered. But once we had done that both ways, I decided to let him canter. Here he got ahead of himself, and I was just like, okay, go ahead, you're feeling fine. So he's kind of cantered from there, and he was doing really great. This is a 3 stride, but he keeps getting a little bit close. And here we managed to fit a 3.5, almost a 4, which is, I was a little confused, And so there was a really nice 3 that we got into there, and that's what I want with him, is to get a 3 between those. And so after that one, I thought that was really good of him. I was super proud of him. I gave him lots of pats because he honestly learned and eased up to that really quickly. So here we're trying a triple, which is a big step, but it was, simple, and that's a bounce, and I wasn't really wanting him to do the bounce the first try. I didn't trot it, but he decided that he wanted to do the bounce up immediately, which he's never done a bounce before. So the fact that he did it really nicely made me really happy, but I was a little confused where this is coming from. But that's what I originally wanted him to do, but then he just kept being weird. Like every turn, he would either slow down or he would either speed up. It was just kind of something you had to wait for and see. But here he decided to pick up a canter, and me being me, I just kind of let him do what he wanted to do, and he ended up doing the combination absolutely perfectly. So then I added another jump into it because he wasn't feeling tired. He was feeling really confident and was really excited for the day, and there he kind of got a little bit on the bigger side of the jump, which worried me, but he did fine. He was getting a little bit stuttery with the bounce, which is understandable, so therefore I called it a day at that because I could tell he was tired. I was honestly exhausted as well, and he had done absolutely amazing, and I wanted it on a good note. So therefore I calmed him down, and I just walked him out and made sure he was breathing alright, made sure he was walking alright, and he was. So therefore, I dismounted him and got him ready to relax in the stall for the rest of the day and probably the rest of the next day. I kept him in the stall because it was still wet outside and I didn't want him slipping in the pasture. So I groomed him, fed him, made sure he was comfortable in his stall, and after that, I said goodbye to him and I went back to my house to relax and sleep because I deserved it after that long day of work. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!